My lovely 1.75 ton digger. Why don't you wrap it?
No, we probably lost both our jobs and our businesses.
There's nowhere to plug it. Daniel thinks he's clever, doesn't he?
It's a work in progress.
Is this how this video is going to go?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool. Hey, nearly slipped. It's very muddy out there. I said to Gus, need to get you some bags for your trainers. Gus wanted to be a hero. Luckily, I brought my boots. You know why? Because they're made for walking. I'm here all week. Where's the giant? Right, let's start this video. So guys, welcome back to another video on the Yianni personal channel. Logo. Anyway, so I'm here with Daniel, who is the... Let me just address this.
I can't wait for this description. Who is the...
person who owns the company that is doing the build on my house, that oversees stuff when I'm here.
Director of Operations.
Director of Operations, he said. He's the boss of the house, not of me. I'm the boss of me.
When you're on this site, I'm in charge. So the fact that you're wearing a black hard hat, like people would think that you're management on site, but you're not.
I am.
You're not.
I am.
Who put you in charge? Like, what are you managing? You're managing the management of the managing.
It's my house, okay? And then I will take my house. I will take my house, and no one can play in my house anymore.
Technically, once the build starts, it's my property. And technically, if I wanted to be difficult, you would have to arrange an appointment to come here because it's not safe.
I arranged an appointment. I told you I'll be here, and I'm here.
Yeah, I know, but you're still not in charge.
When you pay the bills, you're in charge. True story. Right, let's have a look at the house. Did you watch the video, Will, on the way down here? Did you see it? Look at Will nodding his. I love Will. So, do we know what's changed since the last time we were here?
Yes.
Okay.
The first thing that's changed is the colour of your hard hat.
and I'm wearing wellies.
And you're wearing Wellington, so yeah, that's the first thing that's changed. Wearing wellies.
How'd it go?
Wearing wellies, looking like Toad of Toad Hall. Yep.
Matt, I guess we're going to change the mat. Got my high vis. Hold on. I need to get paid.
Please try again.
Can you not just add me on there? I'll send you my fingerprint.
That's not the finger that we do. That's the thumb. Cool. Anyway, the first thing that
We just bypass the office, yeah? Nothing's changed in there.
Nothing's changed in there.
So we bypass that one.
And as you're not management, you're never in the office. So,
Is this how this video is going to go?
yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool.
The noise you can hear in the background is people actually working, because on this site, everyone is flat out. In this area, we've created a larger opening. So there used to be a single door here. Now we have double doors. So these are pillars, which have been made out of engineering bricks. We have one on each side. We have poured a pad at the top, and we have a steel supporting the block and beam floor.
You got to put the steel there to make sure the
Yeah, we
the
gotta
roof
put
don't fall down.
Yes, to make sure that the first floor doesn't fall into the ground floor. Which could be cool if there was a bathtub there and then your bathtub landed in the living room, but I don't really think that's what we're going for.
No, we like the steels. Steels are very important when doing a build.
We have the laser in place. If you can see the red laser line on the wall. Obviously, we'll get the cutaway later. Obviously, I know about stuff like that because I'm now into content. So we can see the line here. We are going to have a wall. I'm not sure if you saw this before, but I'm going to say it anyway. As you can see, there was a previous entrance here, what has been completely closed.
Why do we use different bricks?
They're not different bricks, they're the same, but these have been, it's just a different batch.
Okay.
So it's just a different batch. It's been so long, they're just a different colour.
But it don't matter because we're going to cover that with plasterboard.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll make a builder out of you yet.
Hell yeah. So I assume we're going to have insulation here because there wasn't none before.
We are not going to have insulation here. We're going to have insulation on the level above because on the second floor is a timber floor. So we're going to have acoustic insulation there because on the timber floor, you've got the boys walking upstairs, jumping around everywhere. That's going to create a lot of noise. So we have it on the floor above. This is a block and beam floor where the sound will not travel as much through it.
But what about the heat? Isn't insulation for heat as well?
Insulation is for heat as well, but we don't have to worry about that with the block and beam. It's a much more substantial floor level.
Okay, see what I'm doing here? I'm questioning him because he knows his stuff. I don't know my stuff. To be fair, he could have told me any load of waffle just then and I would have believed it. So you just take his word for it. I don't know. Like you know when that guy done the Porsche handover with me and he was talking about the two sides and a lot of people commented saying he was talking a load of rubbish.
You have AC on the other side.
Okay.
So at least you can charge on either side when you
What's
park
DC,
up.
what's AC?
So AC means normal charging, home charging.
Yep.
DC is more industrial or fast charging. Fast charging will take up to 80% in around half an hour.
I didn't know. I didn't know until you lot pointed out at home. So if he's talking rubbish, let me know. But the chances are he's not. We're waiting for planning permission. So obviously we're doing everything we can up to a certain level before the planning permission kicks in. And then we will be like, build, 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 like Monopoly.
Yeah.
Or Tetris. Calm down. Hi, boys.
Should we keep it moving?
Okay, let go.
I'm not going to repeat that. I've already caused enough trouble. I'm not going to say that.
Lego! Let him take that phone call. I'm just going to tell you something. You saw when I said Lego. On his website, he had like concrete Lego blocks. Lego sent him an email saying, we are going to sue you if you don't change the names. So then what he done was he done a video and he kept mentioning Lego throughout the video. I'm actually going to show you that as well. Hilarious.
It is a perfect fit. Like Lego. You got that? Yep. Good. Lego. And if you look at these plugs, you'll see they fit into the sockets like Lego. Give me a sec, let me just get my Lego over this quickly.
Lego. Okay, so he's gone out to take a phone call, so I will show you this room in here. This is the staff room. So today's Monday. Yesterday on Sunday, this is what happened when there was no one here. So it's Sunday. I thought, let me come and check out the house. The problem is Daniel thinks he's clever. I can't find where they've put the temporary lighting, so I can't turn it on. So I've had a look underneath. I can see all the temporary lighting. And I'm looking all around the house. Before it was hidden under there, so I knew where it was. I can't find it. Then I've come into here. So what I've done is I've seen, if you look up, I can see it coming down. Look, so it's there, but there's nowhere to plug it. Daniel thinks he's clever, doesn't he? Do that. Let me find out. How do you turn these lights on downstairs? How did you turn them on?
I'm not sure I can tell you, yeah? I watched the video from yesterday.
How did you turn these lights on?
They got it.
In the garage?
Don't follow my, the one people got
Okay, so what's this for then here?
That's the lights in my office.
In your office? Yeah. Okay, so in the garage you turn these lights on, and then upstairs you have the switches. Okay, thanks. Now I know. Problem is, he's going to watch this video, he's going to know. I come up with another plan. Just waiting for Daniel. To be fair, I could walk around the house. We could go outside, but it is cold. And I'm worried about Gus's shoes. Bags, look, Gus, here, look. Here we go. Put these on. That's one. There you go, mate. Put these on. Here, I'll hold the camera. Oh, look at me. My cameraman. Got the Ashville skip outside. So that all the health and safety stuff. Very professional, unlike my filming. This is Yianni cam, by the way. Gus will be sure to make sure he puts it on there because he'll be like, yeah, this was bad filming.
What are you doing?
Hi, Daniel. Gus, model them shoes for me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Blue and white. Look, hey, look at the walk, look at the walk. And I'll hand you back to Gus, even though I don't know what this is doing. There you go. So since the last video, it looks like a mud bath outside, but we'll go out there in a minute. No windows, no doors, no nothing.
Nothing. Everything's absolutely gone. And you had a small little extension here, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it came out, didn't it? It's the house went like that.
You had a small extension with a balcony on top of it.
We did.
All of that is completely gone, and we've kept those bricks, so we can use those bricks moving on if we could build up your extension with it or whatever else we want to do with it. So we've kept all of those. So the back of the building is completely exposed, but what we've done in areas like this, we've had to create, sorry, I'm going to squash you in the door. Okay, I know I'm not. We've created areas like this, so all across the back of the house and on the floor above, the property is secured. So while this is open to the elements, you can't actually get in the house.
That's it. And to be honest, there ain't nothing in the house anyway. So I don't know what you're going to take. Right, so we're going to go outside. You, me, and Gus with them shoes. Right, careful, no one fall over. We spoke about the piling earlier. Explain to people at home what piling is.
These are piles. It's a different sort of foundation which transfers the load further into the ground. So because of the ground conditions in this area, it's lots of muck and clay, which you can see over there. The ground isn't very stable. So these piles go between 7 meters and 10 meters into the ground, and they spread the load of the frames above. Have a look on the top of the piles, you'll see this metalwork. Right, they're trying to take the concrete down because this reinforcement you can see sticking through. We're going to connect loads of steel and we're going to make like a square frame, and then we're going to pour that in concrete. So there's going to be a strip foundation sitting across here. Then the block and beam of the existing house will come out, and this will then sit on this block and beam. And we have a void of 300. A void means a gap. You need it for ventilation, etc. So between the block and beam underneath, we have 300 mil. And then we have a 100 mil slab.
And just so you know, it's been an extension from that end all the way to the end. There's an extension coming at around 3 meters. And that's the planning permission that I'm waiting on.
We're basically doing all the work that we can do in the ground, and we're building up out the ground. Hopefully by the time the planning permission comes, we should be able to seamlessly hit the floor running and start to build up. That is the plan anyway.
Okay, so that's the back of the house. As you can see, that's where the balcony was, which is now no longer there. Very weird, he's tore my house apart. And this house was a nice house. It was a nice house.
I nearly didn't make that.
Oh, shame, that'd have been great content. So, right, talk to me about this mud bath. Can I bring a car here and do donuts?
You could do whatever you like. We can knock down a few walls in your house, we can put up a steel so we could drive straight through, and then we can put it on your bill.
So if you remember, I had Kay and Kwaku here. We were talking about the swimming pool. It looks very different to that day. You can't even see any grass now. The swimming pool's going to be somewhere around here. Aren't we supposed to be building a hole to put the swimming pool in? You're making a mountain. How high am I going to put my swimming pool?
Now, the mountain of earth you can see here was what was excavated from this area. So we have to excavate in order to create the foundations. And then, because we're raising the level of the garden at the back, so you can see that lovely wall constructed at the back, we're going to use some of this to begin to backfill the level and bring it up high. So at the moment, have I lost you?
No, I'm there. I'm there. I'm just thinking about you're going to push.
You're there or you're here? You're there or you're here?
But we still got plenty more muck. We got over, and we got to dig a hole in the floor.
Yeah,
as well.
so we need to dig all of that. All of that needs to come out. We're going to use some of it to backfill. So what you can see here is Dudek on the machine using my lovely 1.75 ton digger, which is why we made the hole in the garage earlier. Flashback. We're already beginning to use some of the earth to backfill because there was a massive mound here as well. You see, so we're taking it and we're putting it back against the wall. Let's go and have a look.
Right, so we are at the back of the garden where you're building the wall.
Yes.
So you're going to go blocks, and then obviously we're going to have the fence on the top so it's finished nicely.
Yes.
Are we painting these blocks?
No, we're going to render them. So we're going to use like a sand cement mix, and we're going to go over the top of it. We're going to paint it as well.
What colour?
You tell me. Why don't you wrap it?
No.
You choose a colour and I'll paint it that colour.
Grey, to go with the fence. That's my fence on that side of the house, I've been told, so now I've got to pay for that fence to be redone.
Yes, he does. But do it once, do it right, and you won't have to do it again.
True story.
So,
This ain't about cowboy builders. But where's your horse?
Parked up outside, drinking from the water fountain.
Is it our time?
I need to, right, do that, but I want you to do it in a different way this time. Follow me. So I want you to go there.
Yianni from YIANNIMIZE.
Yeah.
All
All right, we're gonna go in, twist, back. So we're gonna go. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
It's a mud bath. Remember, these are protected. Oh.
What you can see here is the stud partition system. So originally we marked the floor, we put some lines in
Why
the
is it
floor.
called a stud partition? Is it because it's my house?
Yeah, it's because it's your house and you're married with 5 kids.
Still a stud. What's the stud part about it?
I'm not entirely sure.
Hey, I finally got something on him that you don't know.
I don't sell building materials. Okay, no, sorry. I know why it's called stud partition. The system is called iStud. Boom.
You just read it from there.
No, I thought about it. I never saw it there. I thought about it.
Okay. Right, so that's why it's called
Does he think he's going to stump me on my building knowledge, on my construction knowledge? You think I'm going to have that? That's like me walking into YIANNIMIZE and saying something about a car and you not knowing.
Car? What's a car?
What's a car? We spoke with the architect and we lined up the floor. We put red chalk markers on the floor and we had Jan and Steph come round because It's one thing looking at a set of plans, it's another thing entirely having to live in the space and feel how big the space is. So we marked it up, we had to make a few changes, and then we began to put these in place. Now we still leave these in place for a little bit longer so they can walk in and out the rooms, they can measure for their furniture, they can do all sorts of stuff like that.
And right now, worst case scenario, if we needed to change something, we're at a stage that they could still be moved.
Correct.
When are we at the stage where it's like, it ain't changing, when the plasterboard goes on?
While we're here and while we're working, it's relatively simple to do it.
I'm not changing it, I'll be honest.
I mean, when the first fix is in place, big up YK Sparks. When the first fix is in place, we're going to have one side plasterboarded. So we'll have one side plasterboarded, and then they can run all their cabling inside. At that point, if you start changing walls, then it's very difficult, but still doable. Earlier on, we were downstairs and we mentioned insulation. If you have a look at this area, it previously didn't have insulation, but we are going to put acoustic insulation here because above we have 22 mil. Above, we have 22 mil chipboard floor. Now, the entire timber construction of the floor above, that can be very noisy, especially with the YIANNIMIZE brothers running up and down, playing PlayStation, doing all types of madness. So the acoustic insulation that we have, the madness and
the drama.
Yes, we don't want any madness or drama. Just prayer, man. So we're going to have the acoustic insulation here, which should stop a lot of the noise transfer.
But obviously, because we've got the block and beam underneath here, there'll be no noise transfer.
There'll be no noise transfer downstairs.
See that? Block and beam. Look at me. Really what I'm doing is, I'm setting up my own YIANNIMIZE construction building business. And I'm just learning
Good luck to you! Good luck to you! Oh God! Sometimes I wish I had chosen a different profession. Maybe I wouldn't be killing myself on site every day.
See all these YIANNIMIZE trucks driving up and down the M25, moving around, everyone's taking pictures, and be like, yeah, 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 yeah.
That is no problem whatsoever. You know what? You can take the Ashville trucks and you can wrap them. They could be YIANNIMIZE trucks. We could swap for a week.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Maybe Yianni and I could swap for a week. Yianni runs Ashville and I run YIANNIMIZE. I think that would be great. Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, and if there's anyone out there that needs 2 people to work for them, because we've probably lost both our jobs and our businesses, let us know. Because both our businesses would fail very quickly.
I work for cheaper than him.
Yeah, I'm skilled labour.
Previously there was a balcony here, Jan.
There was.
But we have put this in place to protect us, so even if you're not watching where you're going, oh look, I can't fall out the window.
I love the demonstration.
Need a demonstration so people can get it.
But lovely view though.
It's a nice view, isn't it?
It is a nice view. So this room is pretty much done now. We're going to put a window here.
We are.
And a door there. Luckily where you banged through there and you got lucky.
I did not get lucky.
Got lucky.
It was accurate. I did not get lucky.
Here's our Graham with a quick recap.
I always like to be the first one to get everything started. So here we go. Someone just smashed a hole in this wall, not thinking about what they were doing or looking at the plans. I have no idea why someone would be so irresponsible.
Well, there is a door going in here.
Yeah. No matter what, the door has to be here. These are the daily problems you get on a building site, but you don't bother to climb with it. You just figure out a solution and get it done. So there is a door going here, but we have a minimum size door. So this is a concrete block wall. And if we were to put plasterboard on this wall, it would bring the wall out ever so slightly, and the wall would then become too small. So on top of the concrete block, we have hard wall, and then we are going to plaster and we are going to decorate the wall as is. It'll still be a great finish. We just don't have any plasterboard there, because if we did plasterboard it, it would make the door entrance too small.
Oh really? I don't know about that. So you're actually not plasterboard in this?
Not this one, no.
Really? But it will still have the same
It'll
nice
still
smooth
be the
finish.
great smooth finish.
So it'll be, you'll plaster it, which is not what plaster, but make it all nice and smooth. So when you paint it, it looks...
I wish I didn't say that, because after Jan's had a hard day's work, at the end of the day, if he wants to take out, you know, a plasterboard wall, you can put your hand through it. He might walk to the top of the stairs and go, eh.
I don't do that. What I'm more concerned about is if I walk upstairs and I see like in the light and I'm like, it ain't straight, it's a bit...
Wait till the decorating starts. Our painter, Robert, he paints with a UV light. He shines UV lights up against the wall. He perfects it. It's a nightmare when you're trying to get the job finished, because you think, look, mate, we're not making any money on this job. Hurry up. The man will not hurry up. He will not do it any quicker. But the walls will be perfect.
Do you think I'll have a big snagging list at the end of my job?
No.
Really?
I do not think you'll have a big snagging list, because firstly, the boys on site will snag. Then I will snag. then we will snag together.
Hold on. Tell them what a snag is.
A snagging list is all the little bits and pieces when you believe that your job is done. You come round and you say to the builder, what about this, what about that? You could have a little crack here, or you could have a tap that opens, too much water comes through it and they need to reduce it or put a governor on it. It's the small bits and pieces to get the house perfectly as you want it. Now, there is always a snagging list. The reason for that is when you're here every day, you're using this house as a construction firm. It's impossible. We're not going to take off our clothes and all go and use all the different showers in here. We're going to flush all the toilets and run all the taps. We're going to test the heating. We're going to pressure test the underfloor heating. We're going to do everything we can, but there will be some very limited snagging to do.
I've done quite a few builds over the years from properties and stuff. Will we get the cracks in the walls?
Yes, you will get cracks in the wall. It's better to address the cracks after 12 months because you imagine your new extension, everything needs to settle.
Yeah.
The entire house is moving bit by bit. The house is breathing, expand, contract, expand, contract. Most of the cracks you'll see will be at parts where, if you have a look on a door frame.
Or when the builders are bending over and they, hey, see, I'm here all week.
Very good.
You can tell when one of them moods.
In door frames here, you might see a crack here, stuff like that. That's more likely where you'll see the cracks. Yeah?
All right, cool. All right. We have some more stud partition over here
Oh,
from
look
the
at-
company iStud.
If you can imagine plasterboard here, plasterboard there, if you try to attach anything to this wall, it's going to fall down because it's got no structural integrity. So any place you say, look, Dan, I might hang this here, I might hang that there. If it's not a solid wall like this, then
Another great example.
if it's not a stud wall like that, then we need to put ply and things in the wall to strengthen it.
Also, if you're bringing in something that is bigger than usual, you need the gap, you can move things over and bring them in.
Yes, thank you for that contribution.
It's all up there. Not much.
It's in the hat.
It's in the hat. It's in the black hat. It's the black hat. By the way, my background is property. So I don't know about the integral part of building, but property is what I used to be in. For many moons.
He said you used to.
Used to.
Used to. What I'm interested to see is when this house is finished and it's fantastic and somebody turns up like they do with his cars and say, right, I'll give you this much. He can't help himself. He can't help himself. How's he going to say no when someone, I'm going to make him an offer he can refuse. When somebody makes him that offer, I want to see what this man does. It's all right for me because the next one he buys, I'll just go again. But I want to see what you're going to do and how you're going to convince Steph.
The difference is the cars are mine. The house is the family. So I can't do that. Me and Steph have decided to do the house as our forever home. Whether it is our forever home or not is another thing. But for now, we've done it as in, this is where we want to live for a long period of time. We're not looking to move in the next 2, 3, 5 years.
You need about another 3 kids and a basement. Hashtag basement conversion.
You love a basement conversion, don't you?
We love that.
You love a basement conversion.
You can stay here if you like. I'll go underneath the house from the front. I'll dig, underpin. Your block and beam will be supported. We could build you a
Can I
nice
still
basement.
live here while you do the basement?
Yes, you can still live here while I do the basement.
Is it like 50 bags? 100 bags?
Not even close.
Really?
Not all decisions are a monetary decision. This is a basement is a lifestyle choice.
How big do I want my house? It's already 6 bedrooms. It's already 3 floors or 2 floors. It's
Bruv, I was counting. Where am I going to sleep, bruv? I was counting the rooms.
You're Joey from Friends. You can sleep upstairs. It's fine. Do you know where you can sleep? Where we're going to do the plant room, because now we're not doing the plant room anymore. You're the same size as the... Come with me.
So what am I going to do? Sleep standing up? What am I, a horse?
Come with me. There you go. Same size. We were actually going to get a boiler, a lay down. We were going to get a boiler, a lie down one, a flat one. What's it called?
Horizontal. Hot water cylinder.
But now we don't need to because that's not going upstairs. So you could actually sleep in the plant room.
What, sideways? On the floor?
I'll put a bed there.
Why am I doing all this then?
You know where he can sleep? He can sleep in the basement if he does it for free.
Moving swiftly on. Hi guys, it's Yianni and this is my new personal channel. Click here to subscribe. Make sure you've subscribed. I've got no logo, but I've managed to cover my stairs so there won't be any damage to them. Right, we are on the loft area. Previously on plenty of jobs we've done, we just have plasterboard on the walls here, but we get loads of cracks and stuff because when you're so close to the joist, there's such a lot of movement, expand, contract, hot, cold. We have decided in most of our builds now to cover the walls, firstly with OSB board, and then the plasterboard goes on top of this.
OSB stands for?
That's just the name of the board.
Okay.
It's the name of the board.
Like iStud.
Yes, yeah, like iStud, yeah. And this This axe, let's just let him continue with his comedy.
I'm really tired, so it's just one of them days.
This also acts to give more structural integrity in this area. So it holds all the joists together and we have much less movement. If you look down to the floor level, right, I'm gonna have to get in here, man. Ah! What's important to have a look at here is previously and in a lot of jobs on the top floor, what they tend to do here is go to the end and just go straight down here. They don't finish the floor all the way to the end. If you have a look here, we finished the wall and the floor completely, because on the level below, when we put the acoustic insulation, if you don't go the whole way along, you completely compromise it and you aren't able to reduce the sound transfer. So cover the entire area, close all the walls and run the acoustic insulation all the way from side to side, and that creates a sound barrier.
Do you know why they do that? Because they're serious.
Hashtag serious.
This is the plant room. This was going to be the plant room, but now this is going to be Daniel's bedroom.
He's trying to do parts of this without me. It's my job.
But now this is not going to be the plant, this is going to be a storage area. And over that side, that's going to be a storage area as well.
I said this in our video the other day, every house has secrets, and this house, we found a very ugly secret of this house that we would have never found out if we weren't going into the level of detail.
Liberty.
This window, the plasterboard, was finished all round. However, there's no expanding foam, there's no any sort of insulation, anything. Jan, put your hand here.
I'm actually going to send this to my estate agent.
You can, put your hand here. Look, can you see
Yeah,
it?
I can see the gap down the side.
You can see.
I'm going to take a picture.
You can see completely around the window a gap for air to just get in. That is not what you call being efficient.
We're going to end the video here. It's been a pleasure.
It's been emotional.
It's been serious. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you guys enjoy mine and Daniel's content when we shoot stuff together. I was trying to think of a couple of the comments. I can't think of them.
Well, I remember a few of them. I quite liked it. That people were throwing around TV show names and said this was the new cast of it and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? I don't want to plug anything or say anything like that.
Listen, I'm up for shooting a TV show with Daniel. So I can shoot a car TV show over here. We can shoot a construction one over here, or we could shoot a car construction one together. Can you imagine that? That would be serious.
How does that work?
Don't know. We'll work it out.
Bro, I'm really trying to think of how that would work.
We'll do a car and, you know what?
I've got it. No, I've got it.
Okay, copyright, trademarked.
Copyright trade. I've got it. Yeah.
Done it.
People with existing homes with classic cars. Yeah. We take their cars. We dig underneath their house to make showroom areas for their vehicle. Why are you pulling faces?
Because you've gone back to the basement thing again.
Yeah, so
that does work though. That does work. We could do that.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be classic cars. It can be any cars.
Any cars.
So we could do the basement build and maybe part of the house while we do the car wrap and customization bit over here, and then we do the reveal with the car in the house.
Turnkey service, a complete turnkey, and they come like, for instance,
Turnkey service, trademarked.
What they do is, like, even in their kitchen area, we make part of the kitchen with a glass screen, and then you can drive the car straight in. So when they come in, like you would see, what's your other one? SVRJY. NMNOP, your SV Roadster, he could have that, well, Steph wouldn't have it, but we could have the SV Roadster in the kitchen behind a glass screen, and we could have a ramp going into the basement area, and in the basement area we could display all the cars with lighting and everything like that.
And we can have a turntable on the floor so the car can turn round, so you don't have to worry about going back and forth. Do you reckon we've got too much time on our hands? Probably, but if you think that's a good idea, if you think me and Daniel should come up with our own show in some sort of way, whether it be to do with construction, to do with cars, to do with whatever, let us know.
They might start writing things like, do a show about talking rubbish, because that's what we're doing.
Professionals. Professional rubbish talkers, you know what I mean? And we'll hashtag rubbish talkers, waste management. We're still talking rubbish. Anyway. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I say, there's always so much more content to come. Make sure you guys check out Daniel's YouTube right here, because his page and his channel is...
This is Ashville.
No. His page and his channel is...
Hashtag serious.
No. Well done.
I said hashtag serious.
Mate. Will, well done, mate. Will, come and take over. It's coming as well. Will's going to get fired. Guys, thank you so much for watching. For myself, Daniel, Gus and Will, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thanks for watching.